Hello and welcome to another FX Centrum daily market analysis. For today, I will go through our cross asset list. I will cover coffee market, WTI, US100, USD Japanese yen, pound dollar, euro dollar, gold market, US30, dollar index, Bitcoin, and aluminium. I will do so by using our FX Centrum platform. So let's begin with the coffee market. What we have here on the daily time frame is we can see that this market is on the pullback mode. This is something that I learned about possibility yesterday. So we can see here there was a bear divergence and market is trading lower. Yesterday's close was pretty much off the low, so in the middle of the previous day range. But still, we have the middle Bollinger Band around 213.65, and we have a pullback close from this area here around 217.40. There is a now slow and fast line sloping to the downside, and the rate of change had a flip to the upside. Now let's take a look at the hourly time frame. We can see here that market traded below the lower Bollinger Band, and now this will be interesting to see here. Can we see potentially the downside continuation and potential retest of 217.35, or maybe we actually find and absorb this supply and eventually trade above 240, 242, which will be a good sign. If market can trade above this 240 and hold above, then this will be a good sign for the further upside movement. Again, short midterm trends are up, and this will be important to watch. Either we have a pullback to the middle Bollinger Band in this area here, or we can find the buyers at this point and let's say break the upper Bollinger Band and have the upside continuation. So this will be the critical from my perspective to watch on the coffee market. WTI, what we see here is that we have a consolidation. There was a big tail, a big selling tail from a couple of days ago. We saw there was a big gap between the fast and slow line on stochastic, and now that gap is decreasing. So we still have a downside sloping slow line on stochastic oscillator. Fast line is correcting at this point, but from my perspective, the bigger downside movement only in case of the, let's say, break of the 80.80 mark. If we see the breakout of that level and the lower Bollinger Band, that will be a good confirmation for the further drop towards, let's say, 76.95 or 76 mark. If that's not the case, then there is a chance for the market to rotate again towards the middle Bollinger Band around 84.85. Now US100 is holding very well around a lower Bollinger Band. The volatility is still increasing. We can see that we had quite a big rate of change flip at this point, and now it's again to the flip to the downside, but not really so much movement. Market was more. We had a tail on the upside and on the low side. So there is a chance for a further drop from my view short term, and our downside objectives are set at 16,600 mark and 16,300 mark short term downside objectives. Let's take a look at the hourly time frame. The market is just oscillating between the upper and lower Bollinger Band, and if the market can retake, this 17,000 mark area and hold below, this will be a good confirmation for the further downside movement. You can also see that the slow line is sloping to the downside already for about, I will say, 3 to 4 weeks. The fast line had just corrections towards the slow line and then more downside continuation again. We are now very close to the slow line, so there is a potential for another downside leg here. Now we have a USD Japanese yen. Market is basically grinding higher. Volatility is increasing at this point, and there is a chance for the further upside movement towards 155, 156, and then like a major objective around 160 mark. Slow and fast line is sloping to the upside, and there is not any bigger gap between fast and slow line, so there is a chance for the upside continuation, and short midterm trends are upsides, or they're bullish. Take a look at the hourly time frame. We can see that market did full absorption of this some selling climaxes that we had here. Those selling climaxes were absorbed, and upside continuation. We can see the market can re-break 154.90 mark, there will be a chance for the further upside continuation. Let's take a look at the pound dollar. So pound dollar had a down day but closed off the low. Still slow and fast. Slow line is sloping to the downside. Fast line just had just correction at this point. Main support and downside objective is set at 1.2200 mark. Let's take a look at the hourly time frame. This is a normal price action, so after the markdown there is a kind of a pullback. After the markdown, a pullback towards the middle Bollinger Band. So this is a normal market activity and sellers are in control at this point. Euro dollar pretty much similar. We have the consolidation more. There was a one very weak bull cross around even below the 20 mark, but so far we have consolidation in the last couple of days with a key resistance at 1.0690 and the support at 1.0600. So in case of the downside breakout of 1.0600, I see potential for the drop towards 1.0525 and 1.0500 mark. Volatility is increasing and the upper and lower Bollinger Bands are expanding, so we have increase in volatility and the downside short meter trends. See, the gold market had a strong downside. This is something that I learned about, that we had a pretty big divergence in the rate of change in the last, I will say, 2 weeks. And also we identified the divergence on the slow and fast line in this area here. And as you can see, this is the result, and this downside move is the result basically of this condition that we had in the last, I will say, 5 to 10 days. And as you can see at this point, market broke middle Bollinger Band on the daily time frame, and you can see the fast and slow line are sloping to the downside. And look at the hourly time frame. So after this consolidation and so after, let me put a trend line here. Trend line. So after this consolidation, there was a breakout at this point, and that was a confirmation for the further downside movement. And as you can see, market is holding around the lower Bollinger Band. We had this down sell-off this morning, and now market is trying to build some pullback. But overall, the next downside objective on the gold market is set at the lower Bollinger Band at 2260 mark. And then we have the swing highs from this area here around 2219 and 2197. So those are the next downside objectives on the gold market. Now let's take a look at the US30. So there was this rally towards the middle Bollinger Band. This is something that I learned you about, and at this point the market traded into the resistance, and we had a close of the high on the hourly time frame. We had this upside, this push at this point, so there was a more like a V-shaped reversal short term, and the downside confirmation. If market can break, like say 38,000 mark and hold below this area, there will be a chance for a further downside continuation on the daily time frame. So this is now important area to watch, and we have quite a big resistance around 38,400, 38,500 mark. Now dollar index is still in consolidation, but a short mid-term upside trend. Volatility is increasing, so I will see a re-break of 106.50 can be a good confirmation for the upside movement towards 107 mark eventually. So we have the really expansion of volatility, short-term upside environment, slow line sloping to the upside, fast line is pretty much around this slow line, so there is a chance for potential directional move. Bitcoin versus US dollar, still around the middle Bollinger Band. There was no any significant break above the middle Bollinger Band, so we have a pretty much flat Bollinger Band, so we're not expanding, not contracting at this point. And this is basically a sideways condition. Hourly time frame. Let's take a look at the hourly time frame. If we can break, for example, I will say key support around short-term intraday around 65,500 mark. The market can break that level and hold below, there will be a chance for a downside continuation, maybe even towards 61,000 mark again. 60,000 mark again. In case of the upside movement, of course, we have resistance around 71,500, 72,000, 73,000 mark. So this area here, so the top of this consolidation. And let's take a look at the aluminum. So there was a major breakout like a few weeks ago around this 2,350 mark. And since that point, market is just holding around the upper Bollinger Band. You can see the fast and slow line pretty much into above the 75 mark and holding that area. If we take a look at the higher time frame, so let's take a look at the weekly time frame. We're right at this swing high from December at this point, and then if the market can break and hold above that level, the next one is around 3,000 mark. On the hourly time frame, there is no indication of any reversal at this point. Market is holding above the lower Bollinger Band. But in case of the downside breakout or the lower Bollinger Band, the market can hold below. Now it's very contracting on intraday. If the market can break this lower Bollinger Band and hold below, there will be a chance for at least a correction on the daily time frame. You can also see some bear divergences on the rate of change in this area. So this can result with some at least pullback on a daily time frame towards the middle Bollinger Band. So that will be all for this FX Centrum daily market analysis. If you didn't visit our website, so you can do that, fxcentrum.com. You can explore. We have a promotion, 100% deposit bonus, guys. So you can. This is an incredible opportunity. You can open an account in just a few clicks, create a live or demo account, and of course visit our FXC TV page, because you can explore different trading ideas, tutorials, and technical analysis on most liquid instruments. And that will be all for this FX Centrum analysis. Have a good trading day and speak to you soon.